It's a fight tyrants. Reality is I'm a 30-something-year-old in early retirement, relying on a few cans of Heineken. Not sure anymore if it's social distancing or conditioning. I must just say it's been very interesting watching and listening to society pivoting. A disease that increased the police in the streets to the point if you're going to go out your house you've got to be discreet. This is our moment in our history, shrouded in so much mystery, but regardless of all the trickery, it doesn't matter if it is a conspiracy. Let's agree to disagree, because it affects everybody, the ones in poverty up to the monarchy. Let's not get involved in the bureaucracy and point fingers at the aristocracy. The democracy only keeps up an economy to support their own monopoly. Right now, time is your own commodity. Whatever your actions are, make them consciously. I seem to be blasting prodigy beats and a lot of weed and thinking philosophically. Life's nothing more than a series of chambers and days just avoiding the dangers. Why so serious out there? Do what James does. Chat shit with the strangers and have a few jovial exchanges. But don't be traitorous because your words are contagious. I once thought I was walking around aimless, now I'm coming out with a rage against which is so outrageous. It's a good job all these years I've only ever taken it out on pages. But I must say all these few months past, there's been something somewhat refreshing about getting back to basics. So those were the COVID bars. This next one's a bit shorter. It was more in a response to, it's good to be back on a stage with a microphone-ish and seeing everyone at bars when it all been closed, but I remember when the Manchester bombing happened and that was a pretty sore time for me, and this was in response to that. Terrible it is. So many terrorists out there with a death wish, should be with therapists or out there getting pissed. Yeah, we all get pissed off at elites that are getting rich. Yeah, it seems we'll be on the precipice of ever putting an end to this. The butterfly and the snowball are in full effect in this bitch, and I can see where the devil is. Hatred breeds more hatred. All I'm hearing is eye from an eye from everyone that's passing by. But the eye is in the sky, so we can either get by or get high before we die. Looking to the government to prevent crime and dispunishment, those thoughts are redundant. Blaming him, blaming her and blaming them. We all need to be a little bit more responsible as adult women and men. Especially when we get hit with a big event. What are you going to do? Hide or get to the front line and pitch a tent? Preach peace as treatment. We're all brainwashed from the insane shit we've watched. Media on the left, the media on the right. All we see is what's left at the end of the day and make it right. What are you going to do tomorrow to make it right? You should never take a life, just take life in your stride. Thank you. Right. We'll do one more spoken word and then maybe go into music for you. It's illogical to me how people think illogically, because logically, logic is free. What is it, the chronic and the weed that's got me so that my brain constantly speeds, literally like Spock at warp speed? Or have I become so warped to believe I'm so much better than the warts I see when I walk through the street? Take that as a reason and a way to talk to the beat instead of seasons and days and what's important to me. Come take a walk with me. I'm not sure you'll understand the enormity of the sorcery. We're all born with free speech, but from day one we've been taught and talked into how to be. It all tortures me to see this. Feels like I'm being torn into pieces. Did William Wallace die so we can fill our wallets wide? Put pieces of the pie in our pockets by the slice? Yeah, it feels like guys in politics believe the topics they describe. I guess that's what one calls an honest lie. I promise I, upon the last hit of Chronic, will never stop this hip-hop shit. I'm just gonna rage against the machine until I cop it. There's so many different people with so many different faces, and it's become nowadays hard to recognise what real and fake is. I've never been one of the tamest, and I might have just become one of the vainest, but I'm still man enough to stand here and admit what pain is. I wonder when you look at art if you really have the faintest. I've got an estranged view of what paint is. I doubt I'll ever go down as one of the greatest, yet these are still portraits and landscapes displaying all of my changes. People spend their whole lives trying to be famous. That type of lifestyle can be so dangerous. I guess there's trials and tribulations trying to entertain us. But in order to get here, sometimes you've got to say fuck the naysayers, because although they say shit, they wish they could trade places, and secretly they're all singing my praises. The world's fucked, so the least you can do is savour it if you're not going to attempt to save it. So when I drop these bars, I'll leave craters. I'm one of the creators. I will look fate in the face and I will make dust, because that's what our maker did to shape us. Roll the music, please, Andy, let's go. First there's drumming, and then there's drumming. Then thunder comes in rumbling. We have brought you up to something from nothing. I'll put your city in the dustbin. Better what's rusting. Now we're done buffering. You're all gonna get dug in. Lyrics are far more coming. All the kids are full of fun in case you're wondering. I'll put the ingredients in full cooking till it's full to the rim. Until the track's bulging. So heavy over the drop tumbling. Until I put my foot in the rumbling. Don't put in the only thing we're hustling here is your ears and your bustlings. Stomach's turned into the rich. I'm going for the rich. Gonna be more subtle in our ways. Why would we have been? Why would we stand here if you are good at it? When I can take it to the brink of me on every time that I'm rushing in. Rushing in, rushing in. And of course when you play those chords you've harnessed the force, broken the laws of physics, built sound barrier bridges, carrying my lyrics. It's a narration of our characteristics, building up towards a cataclysmic result, which can push you to be repulsed. That's how we single lets you pull out. Something drastic, fantastic, the future weaves are past it. Round back around a track that put me back on the asses of plastic. Sandwich myself in smash riffs. It's clear that I've cracked it. Use the mic to strike down the basilisk with my anarchist tactics. My tongue is doing backflips. Nuclear synapses. Put the theory into practice to be the happiest. Somehow ended up being the nastiest. Didn't know my attitude was hidden in the blackness. Trying to capture Caspers on cameras. Didn't know my attitude was hidden in the blackness. Like NASA's research couldn't find the facts of us, given all of the factors. Clash with us and get fractures. Cause we are the masters of the universe, and we will choose when, where and exactly how disaster hits. Start the countdown into your last minutes with a few apocalyptic lyrics. What the history is this? Where is all this going? I go in the opening, I am flowing. I'm in a state of life, I'm growing. Not showing any sign of a shine, no, I'm not slowing. The only thing in the knowing is the direction I've been flowing, and the ship I have been towing. So the other day I took a shit and it was glowing. So many spliffs I have been smoking, I should really be growing. Right now I'm only growing for the protein and the bloated low from floating. So obscene, I'm coating like pro green. A pro when I roll the green. Dopamines don't know what I mean. I better pay for the codeine. Nobody that smokes weed this copiously. Don't speak so openly. So full go, you agree. Always sweating, pull the mic to my reach. Bullet tight, looking for a way. The keys are slow, throw away. I am from a speeder. I never imagined I will never achieve. From this lead to slow weed. Weed letters better every single week. I reverse that I complete and I felt complete. It's all a piece of a puzzle. Yo, the warrior is at it. Midday already naked is at it. So erratic, a bowl of chips and a pie moment. Seems so controllable, but that's our tactics. That we need to act drastic. It's big, too much of a habit. Never getting in a panic, this day a half pint. As I'm all in a plan to romantic. That's not it, paralytic, paranoid and shit. Trying to avoid getting in a mix. What boys will be boys, and that's a classic. This concrete jungle is massive. Conceited in trouble, this lies. I will see classic. Let me ask this. Are you when you're happy? It's cause your actions are actually making me wanna slash my wrist. We know that's a risk. So let's have one last blast on the hash and pass the shit. You know that's the shit you asked for. It's so scandalous. This is all matters, bitch, where we wake up and we all smoke cannabis.